Welcome everybody to the Bruh Speak podcast. This is Bruh Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. I finally got my computer back. A simple process. It only cost me like $60 to get that done, but you're like, it's just this minor thing. And I'm like, great. I could have been got this fixed, but luckily I got that done. So and it, and there's nothing against my One Plus pad, but the thing is I can't share videos or stuff like that. So it's kind of hard. It kind of limits me as far as like sharing videos. But you work around what you got. But the mic on there is way better. So anyway, so that's good news. Got a raise at work, so that's also good news. So you know, so getting a raise, got my computer back, my desktop back. Oh, looking up here. Um, so a few things that I saw before I get into the main topic. I was looking at ASAP Rocky, one of his former chicks he was dealing with. I guess it was on some show. I don't know the show. And she was talking about how he like getting in he like getting his ass played with and just telling all this dude's business. I hate when people do this because that shit be annoying as fuck. Like, hey Chantel, how you doing? How you doing? But I hate when people tell all people sexual kinks and stuff like that, and especially if they say, this dude nasty and all kinds of stuff. But I'm like, well, lady, you are doing it with him. Why don't you buy subs, chat bots, and comments aside? That's how many YouTubers get started. I don't want to do that shit. That should be. Listen, if I really really trying to be that big of a YouTuber, personally, yeah, I guess I would do that. I like with Ramil, I'm subscribed to his Patreon, but I don't check my email. My email for that one, I told Aviel to buy something. He did. His channel looks much better. Yeah, well, the thing is, Ramil had his channel. He was selling his channel, and I got the email about it, but it was on my other email that I don't check a lot. Now, if I would have bought that channel, he sold it for like $450. I had the $450. That would have put me at 1,000 subscribers. I would have been monetized. So I missed out on that part. But I see people doing that, but it's just my theory is if I can't build it myself, what's the point? That's just how I feel about that. It's like I don't know. I got this funny thing with integrity on certain things, and that's what I just feel about that, But that's what draw in people in crowd. Kevin Samuelson and the rest use them. I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't know. It's just that's just not me. He said, no, bro, nobody on YouTube have organic subs to start. I mean, some do. Some do build it from scratch. Some paid for subs and stuff like that. I'm not gonna knock nobody for doing it. If that's what people want to do, that's what people want to do. That's just not what I would do. YouTube allows you to set it all up so you can sell your brand, develop an audience. Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. I get it. I get it. You know. And if I really really want to take this really seriously, I might look into it. But you see, I was gone for like a whole week, so I'm be like, I'd be gone for a week. I'll go. I'll be like, do I really want to do a live stream today? And be like, yeah. So yeah, I know. I do need to take it. I do. If I start taking it a little more seriously, I might look into it. But I'd be. It's just like my passion for this channel kind of wanes. It goes in and out. Especially like I said, I'd be at work and I work at night. So it's like, do I want to do a live stream today? Nah, I want to sleep. Do I want to do a live stream right now? Nah, I want to sleep some more. Yeah, I can't commit to it at the moment. I can do it whenever I have time to. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's now finding time to find the passion to do it too, and that's the biggest thing. It's like doing it and finding the passion to do it. Because there'd be spurts where I'd be passionate about it, and then I'd be like, then and it's be the same stuff that you be seeing. Like, do I really want to talk about this? And I just like, do I really care about some of this stuff? I'm like, yeesh. Like, so it's kind of like that's where I have the biggest issues. Like, do maybe if you do 2009 have a subject and outline. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to start. I probably do have to start doing that because I used there were times where I used to do that. I would write it down even at work. Just write down what I'm gonna write down. Have an hour, probably an hour at least, and take time. But part of that is part of that is the passion to do it, which is the bigger thing is the passion. But I'm gonna have to start doing it if I'm gonna really get to that to where I really want to go with this channel. But I'm gonna have to actually put in some work and naturally have the passion to want to do it like that. So you know, gotta do what I gotta do. But like I said, it's gotta be. I gotta have the passion, and then can't be lazy. A lot of my family asked to join my panel back then. They were like, I asked to join my panel, hell no. But now they feel like they want a podcast and miss. Nah. The one person I would do if I really wanted to do, there's one person I would, because the person I know, we share a lot of the mindset, and but at the same time, I know how sensitive she is, and so many people, so many dudes and these women, they something else, man. They'll take like any comment and they'll take it as a personal attack on them, and then they want to find out more about you and then want to dox you, and I don't want to put her through that personally. That's just something that I RBR is the most committed person I've come across on YouTube, and he won't be the first thing in the morning. He lets his the first thing in the morning. He let his audience know. Yeah, well, I'll give RBR that. He's very dedicated. I give him that, but I think, but he comes from a radio background, so I, you know, he may be mental. He may have. I believe he have early Alzheimer's, but but he knows how to keep an audience. You got to give him that. Even his enemies, they still want to tune in. I'm looking at him like y'all still listen to this guy? I'm like 5 minutes. Dude, I've had crazy dudes at work talk similar to RBR. Like they just cuckoo. Like, nah. I'd be like, how can I get the fuck away from this dude as quickly as possible? I'd be just making up stuff. Well, I gotta go. I gotta go help. I gotta go help the supervisor. Let me go. Okay. Like, yeah. So dudes like that, no, I can't. I can't stand being around for 5 minutes. But people, B, I don't think so. His memory's not, but he doesn't seem to make sense sometimes. I don't know if it's I I think he might have Alzheimer's personally, but he just be ranting and raving. Oh, I don't know. It may make sense to him, but everybody else is like, yeah, I just don't be looking at him. I I don't know. I was like, dude, I can't listen to this guy for more. Only time I could tolerate him is with other people around. Like when he was on Ebony Star Network or BMT or even O'Shea, I could tolerate him for a little bit of time. But then I'd be like, I can't be around this. But him by himself, oh hell no. Oh, dementia is meaning for Alzheimer's is what. Yeah, I think I don't think. Yeah, Alzheimer's. I think he has Alzheimer's personally. Because we ran and raving like that, and just I just think he has Alzheimer's personally. But that's just me. But all I can say, dementia is memory loss. Uh, I don't think. Well, no, I don't. I don't think he has dementia. Because I mean, dementia would be memory loss. He repeats the same thing over and over and over again. That's if he had dementia or something like that, yeah, he wouldn't be able to repeat the same thing he said. But he stayed consistent with what he said, so I don't think it's dementia. Alzheimer's maybe, but not. I don't think it's dementia. But anyway, but he's something else, and like I said, but he's been in the business. He's been in the radio business, so I think he understands media, so he knows what he's doing. It could be grumpy old man syndrome, and that actually is something they say exists. I believe it. I know some men at work grumpy, like just mean on men. That's why I said like I know these type of men and women. I know these people. I know a white RBR. I knew an African RBR, a black RBR for sure. Yeah, my dad was like an RBR. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. My dad was shit, man. My dad was something else. Hated rap. Um, hated hated rap. Hated black folks. Just hate everybody. I'm like, you talking shit about everybody. I'm like, Dad, really, Dad? Ain't there anybody you like? Talk about my mom. I'm like, Dad, really, Dad? I don't like rap either. Uh, isn't I put it this way. I don't like the new. I don't like the new rap. Some of the new stuff. Some of that new stuff is like god awful. But some of it I like. Some of it's a guilty pleasure. I can listen to Meg the Stallion. Even though I don't think she's a stand up person, but I do like her raps. Some of her songs. The baby, I like him. He's good with the lyrics though. I mean, some of it's good, some of it's just trash. I'd be like, what is this? I hear it on the radio, I'm like, what is this? Why is how did he get a deal? It's just, you ever heard like some artists, you just be like, how the fuck did he get a deal? Who signed him? That person should be fired. Like, forget the rapper. I mean, hey, the rapper doing what he do. He getting his paper. I'm not even mad at the rapper. I'm mad at the person who signed him. Who signed him to a deal? What you do that for? That's what my son says about me. Yeah, you know, we all we were all young saying, yeah, you just an old dude. What do you know? Then you look at, oh shit, I'm the old person now. I got inmates at the hey OG. I'm like, OG, who the fuck? I'm like, dude, I'm only 40, 44. I ain't that old. Cause I'm thinking OG, I'm thinking like someone's 50, 60, something like that. I can see him being an OG. Me, like, I'm like, damn, I don't know. I'm not that old personally. But and you become that old person. Especially when, especially at work. I'm like, I feel like I'm becoming that old person. Because the people that come in now, they're young and they don't know nothing, and you can't tell them nothing, and you be like, "Damn, you like the rickety old man over here." I'm like, no, you an idiot, and my patience has gone to like Neil. I'm like, I don't have patience, especially for coworkers. I have a little more patience for inmates because they're inmates. I expect stuff from them. I don't expect that from officers, but you get the cuckoo, you get crazy just from your coworkers. So it's like, man. Was that you on verbal panel a couple of days ago when they were talking about Princella? That's the one she was talking about, Princella. Then yeah, I was on there. Yeah, that was me. If that's the one you talking about. But yeah, because she was talking about Priscilla, and then we went to, I mean, it just went everywhere. We went politics and all kinds of stuff. So, you a police officer? No, I'm a correctional officer. No, I'm a correctional officer. I work in a prison. So, but that's if you tell, yeah. But if you talking about the one where she was talking about Priscilla, then yeah, I was I was there. I was on the panel. Yeah, that was an interesting panel because we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Um, what what is this title about? Okay, well, it was mainly responding. There are two people that I follow, Supermike and BMT, and they were talking about how y'all was talking about a lot. Yeah, because like we were supposed to be going talking about Priscilla. Then it turned into dating. Then it turned into politics. We went into politics and it. Yeah, we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and I kind of like panels like that. Like I said, I don't mind talking about the relationship stuff, but it gets to a point where okay, we you just come around in circles. You're talking about the same thing. Okay, these men are not acting right. Okay, we discussed this. This been like what? I came like into the manosphere spaces since 2000 and I want to say 2018. It's been now 5 years later. We still talking about the same women. Same with the women. 5 years later, still talking about the same dudes. It's like, I mean, what more to flush out with that? So, so I'm just glad to talk about politics. Not that I'm a more political person, but I just go by what I see, and what I see is just a lot of crazy stuff. But the title was I was listening to like Supermike and BMT was talking about how people are solely crying about women and men all day. Yes, that's what that's kind of it gets me off of YouTube is and be like, do I really want to talk about some of this stuff? It's like not really, because I'm like in my real life, I don't cry about women. I really don't. In my real life, I get along with women just fine. Funny enough, most of the people I work with are Africans, and most of them trying to get me married up. Like, you need a wife. I'm like, no, no, not really. I see what y'all trying to do there. You're trying to get her to get her green card. I get it, but I'm like, nah, it's not gonna happen. I think that they people that need attention looking for mate online too. Yeah, because otherwise, why would you be so pressed? I'm not. I don't come. I don't come to YouTube looking for a mate. Now, God bless people who done it. I mean, God bless people who have done it. They found mates on here. God bless you. I know Faith Factor, she found her mate on here. Sister George found her mate. I think GMT found his mate. Oh, shoot, my one of my coworkers told me the gang. She told me that from the jump. She told me that, hey, yeah, they trying to get the green card. So she like she's from Costa Rica, which I didn't know. I thought she was just black, but no, she's from Costa Rica. She told us she told yeah, that's what they be doing. They're trying to get the green card. They'll pay you to marry. And that she had to do that. One of her cousins set it up where she had to marry this dude, and I think they got divorced now, but they get married for 3 years, and so I'm like, I already know what y'all trying to do. You're trying to get me so I could get her so she can come to this country legally. Then we break up and all that. I'm like, no, no, I'm good. Nah, it's okay. I see y'all. It's all right. Not me. So but who? Oh, like yeah. But yeah, that's what they do. They trying to get a green. So many people want their sister to get a green card. I'm like, okay, but no, that's not me. I'm like, dude, do you have a faith? Mm, as far as like a religion? No. Like I was Baptist. I was Baptist. I got out the church. I left the church probably about 5 years ago. So as far as like, do I believe there's a God out there? I believe so. Do I believe there's a God out there? Yeah. Am I following whatever his rules? Try to be. But do I subscribe to a particular religion? No. Because like I said, I like I said, I believe in God. I believe there is God or higher being. I believe in that because there's just too much stuff that's going on that if you actually read the Bible, that's what I like talking about. Yeah, I mean, I could have that conversation. I have to have it with someone who can do it. but but as far as like a faith and believing in God, I do believe in it. I do believe like there are some aspects of the Bible. If you read it, they really predict what's going on right now. You really are seeing a real Solomon and Gomorrah being formed right now, right in front of us. Just the last piece need to be done, and that is the whole uh, legally for men, for adults to marry children. Once the pedos have their way, now you in real Solomon and Gomorrah. We're not there yet. You know, we're not there yet, but we're getting there in this country. And I say within the next, I say 10 years, we're gonna be in Solomon and Gomorrah. And the revelations that's going on that they were talking about in the Bible, I see that happening. Even you see like the weather changes, the climate. It's like this has been the hottest summer. This been the hottest summer in years, especially in Texas. It was real hot. Like it started early. It was in the fucking hundreds in like late May, early June, and it usually don't be that hot. It usually get into the hundreds like July and August. No, this was happening in early June. 100-degree weathers. You got the fires going on in other countries. 56-year-old men can marry 12-year-olds. Yeah, you're right on that one. But there's a difference. Those men want to just marry. They want to marry and actually have a family, quote unquote. Here, they just want to have sex with these kids. They ain't trying to have marriages and actual relationships. They want to have relations. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying this is what they're doing. Otherwise, they're going to leave these kids baby mamas and all kinds of and just messing with the kids. Just I think it's like they're taking away the innocence of children. These people like taking away the innocence of children because their innocence was taken away. So they want to get back at society. And how you do that, you take the kids. It's sick, man. It's just real sick. It's like I can't see what would you think? What would be the purpose of messing with a child? Like I said, the other countries, I get that part. You trying to, the whole younger children, younger women, they can have more children. Biology, I get that part. But these dudes here, they ain't looking to marry these kids like that. They just want to have sexual access because grown women don't want them. They don't have no need for them. They can't control them. You got women got their own money, their own mind, and even if they didn't, they don't want to deal with these dudes. So guess what they got to do? They got to go younger so they can mess their minds up, so they can shape them into something that they want them to be. It's the ultimate form of control. It's not from a place of, okay, we want to help these children be better. We want to help the community to become better. No, they want sexual access before somebody else does. I want to mold. I want to shape them into some. They want control, full control, and I'm like, I like some aspect of control in my relationship, but I don't need full control. I don't want a subservient woman. I'm sorry. That's not anybody mess with a child under 19 is disgusting. It is very disgusting. To me, I'm like, you're a grown man, especially if you're in your 30s and 40s, you messing with someone 18, 17, even 19, something like that. I'm like, what are we doing over here? What are you doing? You want control. You don't want a relationship. You want control. We get it. I get it. That doesn't make it less sick. I don't care what the law said. That well, the law here says you can mess with a 16-year-old. I'm like, dude, I don't care what that law says. I'm not dealing with no 16-year-old. What we got to talk about? Other than talking about anime or video games, what do I have? What else can I talk to a 16-year-old about? Other than giving them advice on how to live life. What is what we gonna talk about? Sorry, I'm good. I'm not trying to raise my wife like I raise a child. Sorry, I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. That's just seeming like headache. I won't. I won't even mess with a man 3 years younger than me. I need maturity. He can be 4 years older than me. Yeah, my limit is 10 up, 10 down. I like seasoned men like Ability Williams type, Ron Isley type, clean cut and establishment. There's nothing wrong with that. My thing has always been 10 up, 10 down. 10 years younger, 10 years older. That's my limit. That's always been my limit. Like 10 up, 10 down. So anything past that, I'm like, we can't relate. We're like a decade away. Like like what are we gonna talk about? You know, that's just how I felt about that. You can only be 4 or 5 years older and 2 years younger. I mean that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just I met some older women that were cool, and I met some younger women that were cool. But that's just been my limit. 10 up, 10 down. Anything past that, I'm not. I'm not interested. Because just like you, I need maturity. You know, I need a mature woman. I cannot be dealing with someone their mind ain't right. That's just something I don't want to deal with, man. That's that will lead you to an early grave. Like you dealing with someone who is immature, that will lead you to an early grave. Are you a romancer? I can be. I can be. Yeah, back in like when I was in college, when I met my ex-wife, I was writing the letters. We were writing each other letters, writing, letters, notes, stuff like that, silly stuff. So yeah, as far as being romantic, yeah, I can be. I love R&B. R&B is my favorite type of music. It's sad how they did R&B. They mix it with the rap and then turn it into just garbage. You should be. I try to teach my younger brothers, but they're not having it. Well, you gotta look at the environment. The environment though is, I hate to say it, to be a romantic in this environment is very, very difficult because one, the women now don't know how to take it, and then you pretty much, I taught my son how to treat the ladies, and we were on a date, and the girl told him he was being too nice, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the thing. The environment is being a romantic in this environment is very difficult because the women don't know how to take it. You, a lot of women expect fuckery from guys today, and guys in turn expect fuckery from the women. So if you actually being a decent guy, the women don't know how to take it. If you being a decent woman, the guys don't know how to take it. It's like he was opening doors for her and pull out the chair and wanted to pay, and she said, "No, I'm paying." Wow, that's what I'm saying. They a lot of women are so used to being um they used to dudes being fuckery. Dudes don't have enough money. They got to split the bill. I'm like, I know. If I invite you on a date, when he come on and told me that, I didn't know what to say. We were both looking at each other like, what the fuck? Exactly. Hell, like the last date I went on, you know, I offered to pay, and she was like, no, I'll pay this. And and out there paying and catering. Yeah, and I don't know if you know as Nathaniel, he had his own thing, millionaire mindset. He did a wonderful. I mean, it was a good skit that he did. There are a lot of women out here want to play independent. Oh, look, I got the money now, and try to control males. And I'm like, that don't work because what you're doing is you bringing in a child into you bringing a child to you. Because you you take care of a guy, and I'm talking about catering a guy that's unearned. We gotta make that distinction. I listen. The guy worked, lost his job, and you taking care of him. I have no problem with that. That's not a problem. But you taking care of a dude who ain't got nothing from the jump, and you trying to pay him and take care of him, dudes are not gonna respect that. He gonna rebel. Especially you bring him in the home, he's gonna rebel. How do I know? Because my ex wife was trying to take care of me, and I didn't like that shit. Now I got comfortable with it, but I didn't like that shit. I like having my own, and then the women think they can run you, in which understandable because if I'm paying you, I run you. I want to run you. I have never and don't plan on paying for anything unless I'm asked out, and that won't happen. I'm talking about by men who don't pay. Yeah, I'm like, but like I said, this economy, and that's why I was saying to the lady in another chat. I said it's the economy's change. Men who got money, they don't worry about this who gonna pay and she ain't got nothing. Men who got money like that, they don't worry about that. Now they ain't stupid. Dudes are not stupid. That's why you hear these women complain about men because they're taking care of them. Yeah, they're taking care of them, and they know. And here's the funny part: these women will yell and scream about these men all day. Hours live stream how these men ain't this and he didn't that. Cut that thing off. They're taking care of a guy right now. Where it don't even matter if it's black, white, or whoever. They taking care of a dude. And they ain't getting no reciprocation. They ain't giving not even equal to what they get. Nothing equal. I heard a woman say he must match my blackness. I say what the fuck? He's white. What you want him to match your blackness? He white. That don't make sense. If you want somebody to match your blackness, you should have got with a black guy. What's wrong with it's like so you're trying to take care of this guy because you need a dude in your life, whether it's a black dude, whether it's a white dude or whatever, because I just gotta have a man around. And they willing to pay. Man, my brothers had all these women giving them cars, buying them stuff, and I'm looking at this like, God, bruh, this is sad, man. That's why when women say we ain't tricking on these dudes, I said bullshit, you not. I ain't thinking about these men because I ain't spending nothing on them. So what's the complaint about? Complaining women take care of men, yeah, because they taking care of a dude. Probably a husband. They got a husband around or some dude that they taking care of so they can keep in-house penis. It's I'm like, man, there should be no reason why women should be going broke taking care of the dude. Because the dude guy is I can understand a guy going broke taking care of a woman because with providers and protectors. But a woman going broke taking care of a guy, I'm like, where in the game this going? Right. My brother had all them sisters take care of him. Now he met a white man who he happily take care of. And that's the funny part, like, and that's the funny part about it. Like, these people will complain about these men and women, and like, oh my God, I'll never do this for a man. I'll never do this for a woman. Then you turn around, you find out that they are taking care of a man or a woman, and or as a white woman, a white man, an Asian, whatever, they taking care of them. I'm like, what are you doing? Why? What is this? It's like you want to say F the community that bad, but you're willing to deal with bullshit you won't deal with your own people. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. My standards for men and women are the same. I mean, my standards for women is the same across the board. And women, when they lose, and they give the men free coochie and they money. Yeah, coochie and money. Like what we doing? And they not even getting. And what the funny part is, they not even getting no pleasure out of it. I'm like, some of these dudes not even blowing their back out. I can understand if he was blowing your back out. Some of them ain't doing that for him. Because you couldn't be this hostile if you couldn't be this hostile towards men if you were at least getting your back blown out by these dudes. They're not getting their back blown out. I guarantee you that. They giving them coochie and money and they ain't getting nothing. That's what the name say about one. Yeah, I heard about that. And I'm like, and here's another thing. You talking about this now, but you've been putting up with that for years. Don't come up here with no sad story about this dude didn't take care of this and this dude didn't take care of that. He wasn't blowing my back out. You stayed with him. You stayed with him for years. I know my ex-wife, when I left, within 6 months, sex was never the issue with us. I don't know what it is to be in a sexless marriage. I don't even know how that feels like. It never happened. Took care of him by choice, not force. That's right. You took care of him. You took care of him like he a child. So don't come crying to me. Don't cry to me about it. Don't come on YouTube and cry about a guy you willingly took care of. He didn't put a gun to your head. Nobody said take care of him or you're gonna be done. We're gonna do something to you. No, you chose it by choice because you needed a pair of pants around. You that desperate. Don't come on here crying. And the same with the dude. Don't come here crying about your chick. You accepted that shit. I had to learn that from a coworker because Not that I was really going in on my ex-wife, but I said some things about her. And my coworker had to come talk to me and say, hey, bro. I mean, hey, you know, bro, speak. I listen, I know she did some stuff, but you married her. You chose to be with her. And I had to sit back and think about that and say, you know what? You're right. I accepted it. I knew all her problems going in, and I still married her. So I can't complain about her. That's why I don't diss her. Now I've said some things that I dealt with in the marriage, but I don't diss her like that. I don't go online and diss my ex. We still friends to this day. I still go over to her mom house, and I, they have helped me with stuff, and I help them with stuff. Well, I look like coming on here dragging that all over YouTube, and I'm doing that in the background. I couldn't even do that. Some people are willing to pay for tender loving care, and it's you would think that they can only do what you allow them to do. Yeah, you would think that they will pay. They ain't paying for tender loving care. They paying because one is a control thing, and two, they are desperate. They gotta have somebody around. And the dude who's accepting that stuff, they need a woman to take care of them. How do I know? My brothers was like that. I got one brother. He went to jail for a year and a half over a white chick because and the thing of it is, this woman called the cops on not once but twice. The first one he got off with it. He didn't go to jail. But the second one, he was in there for a year and a half because she said he assaulted her and kidnapped her. He spent a year and a half in jail. Till they finally just released him about 4 months ago. But this dude cannot live without a woman. He gotta have a woman around. And I'm looking at. I remember like the woman before this one. He was gonna he actually married her, but he was telling her, and I'm gonna marry her. And I had to sit my bro. I told my bro, do not do that. Don't do that because you trying to have a place to stay or stuff like that. Don't do that. Okay. I can tell you personal experience. The main reason I married my ex-wife, because she had an apartment at the college we were going to. And one of the things about that college is you have to be married to live in the same place with the person you've seen. So we ended up getting married because I wanted to get the fuck out of my mom's house. Now, I regret doing that. I don't regret marrying her. I regret doing it for that reason. Because that was sad to do that. And that's why I was trying to tell him, don't do that. He went and did it anyway. Came back to bite him because she was fighting him and kicked him out. But that's the thing. These couples, they gotta have somebody. They gotta have somebody around. It's disgusting to see couples air out their relationship on air. Yeah, and it's depressing because it's like it makes both of you look bad. No, nobody looks good doing that. Nobody. I remember there was this, like, it was an Instagram post where this dude was berating his baby mama because she had the baby sleep in her arms, and he was berating her, and it's like, dude, do you not understand that makes you look bad, if not worse? Because if she sleep with the baby in her arms, the best thing you should done is get the baby out of her hands. Hey, honey, go take a nap somewhere. I got this. No, you're gonna berate her online for everybody, and everybody went on against him. That's sucker shit. Why would you do that to? Because at the end of the day, it makes you look worse. Because whether she's doing some dumb shit with the children or she's into nasty stuff, and you talking about how disgusting she is, well, bro, you did it. You did it with her. I say the same thing about women when who they do that to guys, but you did it, and if you did it, who more disgusting? The one who, hey, that's what they like. That's what they like. Everybody have a sexual fetish, a kink that they have. It is what it is. But you're the one who don't want to do it. You actually doing it. Now you want to come around and complain. And these be people who've been in relationships for months, years. Now all of a sudden you want to diss your partner, talking about they sexual kinks and hang-ups, but you were doing it for them. So what they say about you? You worse. There ain't nothing anything I've done with a woman I wanted to do. Anything she done with me, she wanted to do with me. I think this what it is. Women want to have a man around for protection, maybe. But that don't even work either. What's the good of this protection? Yeah, oh, he physically protected me, which a lot of these weak dudes that they bring in the home ain't doing that. They'll sell them up the river. But what's good is that protection if your mind messed up? You stressed out coming home. You got to be around this person. He ain't blowing your back out. He ain't getting no money. He just sitting there all day. Now you got to look at this motherfucker all day. You mad as hell. What was the point of him here? The same with a woman. Wait, you coming home mad, and now you got to go find another chick to sleep with, and I'm like, not me. I'm not having a woman I cannot trust and it gets me stressed. No, bro, I'm out. And I can't correct if I can't correct the issue, and I've tried to correct the issue, and she won't change. Nah, bro, I'm out. I left my ex. I told my ex to her face, "Hey, I'm leaving. I'm letting you know I'm leaving." She cried. She got mad. She was begging, and I stuck to it. I said, "No, I'm leaving. I'm gone." These people can't do that. Oh, I got to call on the phone. They got to leave a text. Or they just disappear and they don't say nothing. Nah, bro, that's weak shit. Anybody do that, that's weak. I don't care if you're a male or female. You do weak shit like that, you weak. You weak, pathetic piece of shit. And you ain't worthy of a relationship. If you balls enough to get with that person, you should be balls enough to tell them, I'm out. So it's like, man, protection. A person that you got to, if you want protection that bad, you should have got a security guard. You need protection that bad. I get it, the world is bad, but goddamn, if you're gonna get somebody for protection, like you should hire a security guard and throw them some pussy on the side, like hey, give it as a bonus, like, hey man, you doing a great job protecting me. Here, I got something. I got something in the bedroom for you. Come on in. I'm like, that's what they want, protection. But these dudes ain't even protecting because my thing is a man supposed to protect not only her physical but her mental and the spiritual. And the same with a woman. Well, maybe not so much the physical part, but especially the spiritual and mental. They ain't doing that for you. What are they here for? What kind of environment you having in your house with you stressed out? This dude just sitting there. He ain't doing nothing. You not even. And then this other thing with some of these women bringing these dudes in, they're not even inspiring them to do better. They don't inspire them to do nothing. They just feeding them. And then some of these women got kids, so this dude is eating the kids' meal. Kids sick of him. So you ruining your relationship with your son or daughter, and that's not even the ones who want to touch these kids. I'm talking about just they there. They ain't doing nothing. The kids see that this dude ain't worth nothing, but you around them as a woman. Or let's just say, man, you have a woman around, and your kids see that she ain't worth shit. Now they looking at now not only they looking at her, but now they looking at you. It's like, what are you doing, Dad? What you doing, Mom? Why you got this ain't shit piece of shit over here? Ain't doing shit. I mean, like one of my brothers had like this chick, and he was just got out of on parole at this halfway house, and this chick started dealing with him, and you saw like the months of her dating him, she got worse and worse and worse. It got to the point where she was staying in my mom's house every fucking day, and I'm looking at my mom. I'm like, Mom, why is she here? She have a place. Why is she here? Well, I'm like, no, 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 no. I want to know, why is she still here? Why is she sleeping on the floor and she have a place? Why is she not gone? They let dudes like this ruin them, and then they want to cast it on all men. No, it ain't all men. It's you. You a piece of he a piece of shit, and you a piece of shit. Y'all, you fit each other. So, in order to get rid of this piece of shit, you need to stop being a piece of shit. Same with a dude. You got this chick around, ain't doing shit for you. She's a piece of shit. Well, you a piece of shit. So if you want to change, you gotta stop being a piece of shit. You gotta stop depending. But these people don't want to change. And unfortunately, these people that they have bumming off of them feeds into their whole idea of themselves, this lower version of themselves. So it's never going to change. So it kind of ties into what I was going to talk about, because I was talking about that there are a lot of people who are community minded. They want people to change. They want people like Supermike did a video, and I'll probably put the link in the channel. He was talking about, we want all these people to have kids, the intelligent people, the people with resources, we want them to have children. And I said, okay, cool. I understand that. But here's the problem. If you look at the environment right now, the environment is not really conducive to having children right now. Inflation is going up, food prices going up, gas is going up, utilities going up, everything's going up. There's nobody can stay at home with these children. The best thing would be the mother to stay at home with the child while the man go make his money and spend some time with the child. But you don't have an environment for that. I think we had a discussion on BMT that how the husband should be there for the child, for the mother and the child. And I'm like, but if the man got to work, who gonna bring money in? People ain't got money like that, saved up like that. A lot of people living paycheck to paycheck with two paychecks. They still living paycheck to paycheck. I know at my job, like the husband and the wife doing overtime. The woman pregnant. You can see the belly from here. We'd be worried, like, I hope none of these inmates get mad at her, punch her, and they lose the baby. But yeah, they be pregnant, still doing overtime, 12, 16 hours overtime. Husband doing 12, 16 hours. But at least with them, they'll switch out. Like, She'll be gone once she had the baby. She'd be gone for a few months. She come back, then he take off because we do have maternal leave and for medical leave we do have where you could take off for 180 days and still have keep your job. But you don't. Some people don't have jobs like that. So the man got to work when he's not gonna be home with the wife and the child, or she got to work and she can't even be home with the child. So you're looking at people who have more sense. They're like, wait a second, who's gonna take care of this child? If I'm not home, he's not home, or let's just say people single. I don't have nobody, and I don't want to be a single parent. I know how my mother was a single parent. I know the struggle she went through. My father was a single parent. I know the struggle he went through. And then you go out in this dating market, you're more likely to go and find the wrong person, more of the wrong people than you're going to have the right people because you got a lot of people who are broken out here. These people more broken than ever. And I remember me and Supermike was talking about like these R&B songs of the past. Unfortunately, they lied to a lot of people. They lied to a lot of people. Especially we talking about Babyface. I mean Babyface. God dang. I'll cook your food, warm your bath water, all that stuff. As soon as I get home from work, I'm like, bro, not me. And listen again, I love R&B. I love the fantasy of it. But then I had to look at the reality. It's like, dude, I know at when I get home from 6 o'clock in the working all night, and then I come home, shoot, I'm going to bed. I ain't running shit. You better not bother me from 7 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna be asleep. Good. 2 o'clock after that, hey, we're good. But you have a situation where, hey, what's up, Tita Red? How you doing, man? I got the Godfather up in here. But you have a situation where the economy is bad, and you have where I don't do love. I don't do love songs. You know, and I still love songs. I still love R&B, and but I look at it differently from I look at the reality of it though, especially with women crying about men. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That stuff get enough. Now some of those songs get annoying. Like I'm like, really, chick. I'm like all especially like Keisha Cole, and I love Keisha Cole. I love her voice. But some of those songs, I'll be like, lady, are you ever gonna find happiness? And you look at her life, not really. She never did. And that's the thing. Like those R&B singers lied to everybody, but when in their own lives, they not living up to what they singing about. Baby Bass been divorced. Shoot, Tank. Less said about him, the better. Who was that? Ron Isley was having difficulties. Eric Benet, I mean, one of the greatest songs that I heard. He was a sex addict. Make that work. So and it's a lot of them have issues with divorce. They have issues being faithful and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of like it's crazy. I don't believe in that type of love. I believe in an unconditional love. not to take control of your passionate type of love. It's scary. Yeah, and I'm kind of the same way. Like, but I'm a realist. A lot of people can't get to that unconditional love. They get in their own way. And that's the thing, because we got a lot of people been so hurt. They seen their parents broken. They seen friends, family broken. So that unconditional love, it's very hard for people to have, because they gotta have some type of control. They gotta have some type of, I, I hate to say security, but with love, there is no, when you love somebody, there is no true security with that. They could leave tomorrow, whether they decide to leave on their own or something happens where they just pass away. I mean, we just seen, and I think Dieter know about this. Bray Wyatt just passed away. Caught COVID, messed with his heart. Now he passed away. Heart issues. People can go like that. So it's very hard to be giving your heart to someone unconditionally, and you don't know what they might do. You can't control what they choose to do. Like, you can protect yourself. Yeah, that was. I'm like, what? He passed away. What the hell happened? And then you find out like he had COVID and it messed with his heart, and it's like, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so when you have people, plus I believe in allowing man to be true he is. I don't want to change a person. And that's what you shouldn't be. But what these people want to do. They want to change people. They want to change them to fit their narrative. I remember even my ex was dating this African guy, and she was saying he wanted her to be something that he wanted her to be something that he wanted. I'm like, that's silly to me. Why don't you just date who you want, who ready made? But these people know they can't be with the person that they want because you don't fit. But going back to the whole thing with the community people, with people want to be having families, you have an environment right now is that it's not conducive for people to seriously want to start children and have families and be in relationships, because you got a lot of people messed up. Then if the people weren't messed up, you have the economics is different. And like I said, it's like black people had always had economic issue woes. True enough. But the difference between the past and now is that even in the past, you can get what you want. If you needed something, you always had a neighbor. You always had some dude down the street. Hey, I need something fixed. You always had a neighbor to come fix it. Uh, I need something. Borrow some sugar, borrow some food, get something. You always had a neighbor or something like that to help you out. And regardless with even children, if the father had to work and the mother needed somebody to be with her with the child, you always had an aunt. You always had you 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 had a grandma. You had an aunt. You had cousins that you can be around that they'll take the slack. So while he's doing his thing, she won't be by herself with the child. You don't have that in this environment now. Both got to work. He got to bring in money. People living paycheck to paycheck. And so you have, when somebody living paycheck to paycheck, they can't take time off. So he's got to go work because somebody got to pay for the Pampers. Somebody got to pay for the formula. Some, it's and Even though the woman can't stay home for long because then their finances go to the shitter. So you have an environment right now that is not conducive to raising a family, also not conducive to even dating. You got dudes shaking in their boots over $50. They spend $50, they losing their shit. I'm like, bro, if $50 make you get the heebie jeebies, you need a better job. They want to go on cheap ass dates, which I don't have a problem. Listen, I don't have a problem with cheap dates, but that shouldn't be like that should be every date should be a cheap ass date. That shouldn't be the case because that's what part of his argument is. I don't want this woman to take advantage of me. I don't want this woman to take my money. I'm like, bro, if you that worried over someone taking your money, you don't need your money ain't right. That's for one. I've been on dates with women. I did not care. I invited them to the date. I paid for the date. Even the one of the chicks I didn't even want to go on a date with. I went to a fucking house one the when I met her at the house, and I saw her talk to her own daughter like that's her sister. I was like, I cannot be around this chick no more. But I promised to take her out on a date. I went and I took her out on a date. We went to the movie, and that was it. I dropped her off. Never talked to this chick again. And that still cost me what over, I think, over $50, $60. But that was back in 2000. I want to say, gotta be 2000 and trying to think 2000. I know it was early 2000s. No, late 2000s. My bad. Like 2000. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember honestly. But my point is like I wasn't sweating that money because that's money I was going to make back anyway. I didn't care about that. Any woman I went out on a date with, I paid for the meal and any entertainment that I want to do after. And I've had women that volunteer. They volunteered. Hey, one of the women, hey, I'll pay for the tips. You pay for the meal. I'll pay for the movie. You pay for the. We shared it like that. I didn't ask her to do it. I didn't say we need to go Dutch. She volunteered. But we have an environment now that like dating is going to be difficult for people because the prices are going sky high. So when it comes back to you want people, especially responsible people, to have children, to raise families, where you're going to have to provide the environment that you want to have. If you want these people to have children, responsible people. I'm not talking about the broke folks because they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, regardless. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, regardless. Well yes, broken people are gonna have children because a lot of times when they having sex, it's a coping mechanism. They having cope sex and they having cope children. These children are not here because of love. They're here because these people are coping with the fact that their life fucking sucks. And they gotta have and they I think that song by Solange, I can try to sex it away. And that's what a lot of people are doing, sexing it away. And unfortunately, biology plays a part. Now you got children coping. These children were not wanted. The mama didn't want them. The daddy didn't want them. And now they fighting each other because of these children. These women abusing these children because they didn't really want these children. They had to take care of them because out of obligation, but they don't really want these children. And they treating the children like garbage, which in turn, the children grow up to hate the mother. And now you got women out here talking about we want to abort black male babies. Hold up. Because these men turn on their mothers. Well, hold on. You need to find out why he turned on his mothers. There's a reason. It ain't just they hate women for a reason. They didn't just came out the womb saying, I hate women. I hate my moms. No, there's a reason for that. You need to find out why. Kids don't just come out hating their moms. Kids don't just come around hating their daddies. There's a reason for it. So now, bro, let me find out the real reason why your son or daughter hate you. No, sis, let me find out why your son and daughter hate you. Don't come. They just hate us, so we need to abort. No. If your kid hates you, you did something to them. You fucked up. Don't blame them. Blame you. But again, it comes back to the environment. You have to have an environment that is comfortable for these people, these educated people that you want to have these children, to build successful families. These people are smart too. And they looking at it just like you are. You're looking at a dream world. They looking at reality. I gotta feed this kid. If you're a responsible parent, if you actually care about your child's well-being rather than they just hear, you gotta make sure they get fed. You gotta make sure they're clothed. You gotta make sure that they're schooling. You gotta make sure they're eating the proper food, because some of these parents feed them any old thing. Man, there's this one lady on TikTok and Instagram, and she showed how some of these white folks be making the food, hands all in the food, mixing stuff that nobody should be mixing together. I said, these people are killing their kids. They should be charged, poisoning the kids. So if you care about your child, you're gonna make sure they eat. You're gonna make sure they eat healthy, decent food. But if your money ain't right, and this economy is not making it any easier, nobody with some sense is gonna have children like that. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. It's not Brother Speak saying we should quit on family or nothing like that. I'm just looking at the reality of it. Because I know I didn't want to be a single father. My ex had a heart condition. Her cardiologist told her, hey, if you have a child, you could die. And she told me about this. So I'm like, I don't want to be a single father. And I don't want to be responsible for her dying. So no, I was very hesitant about having children with her. Now, eventually she broke me down. But I think the medicine that she was taking kind of blocked her from having children anyway. So it was a blessing in disguise, but considering what happened with our relationship after that. But the point of it is like, people who have sense, who care, they don't want to bring children in the world and they can't be able to take care of them effectively. Yes, again, we know poor people, but poor people are going to do whatever. Poor people don't have nothing to lose. Responsible people do. Well, society tells you it's okay to have sex and abort. All the old school laws about marriage are gone. About marriage first gone. Yeah, Exactly. This is how backwards people are, especially when we're talking about men. I'm gonna talk about men for a second. When you think men try to do better, like financially, socially, actually economic wealth, power, all kinds of stuff. When you think they usually try to do that? Do you think they do that before they get the woman or after they get the woman? I always tell my son, be careful who you lay with, possible have a child with. It's not good to have babies with strangers. Union first. That's good advice. Now, my mother was more like, don't get them pregnant. You out here, don't get them pregnant. Which, I listened to that one. I'm like, nope, you ain't got to worry about that. I remember, like, I brought this white chick home. She was a friend. I wasn't dating her, and she was pregnant. My mother looked at me like, "Did you get this chick pregnant?" I had to look. I said, "That's not mine. It's not my kid. I didn't get her pregnant. She's just a friend. I ain't do nothing with her." But yeah, but she drilled that into me more than anything. But yeah, but with especially with guys, we're taught get the woman first, then build your wealth, get a home, build your wealth, you know, do that first. Instead of the opposite, build yourself first, then get the woman. And I'm pretty sure that with women, this is kind of some of that is the same thing. At least I think now the women got a head start in that. But that's usually because of circumstances made it be like that. They've been dealing with too many ain't shit dudes to where no, I'm gonna get myself straight first before I be dealing with the guy. Whereas the guys we slow to catch up because we were taught time after time movies, music, movies, parents. All you need is a good woman, and then you have a good life. No, that's not how that go, bro. No, get yourself together first, then get the woman. You have an easier time. So you don't have to deal with being on the couch and this chick nagging you when you're going to get a job, when you ain't taking care of me. It's like, cause yeah, I went through that. I was a bum too. I was the bum, the hobosexual, and then the provider. Guess which one I like the most? The provider. I'd rather be the damn provider. Less headache. When you the bum, oh, you treat it like yeah, she may love you one day, the next day she treating you like trash. Homosexual, yeah, you getting the nookie, but then she gonna wake up. Wait a minute, uh, he ain't paying no bills. I gotta go to my parents to get money. And I'm sorry, I don't care how many times you blow back out. Eventually, that I gotta keep going borrowing money from everybody. That's gonna kill that sex drive. I tell my son, you got to be able to take care of your family, so get it together. Yeah, got to because listen, I don't care what she doing, and you ain't taking care of your family. People gonna be looking at you. They'll look at her for a minute, but then they're gonna look right at you. How I know? When I was married, like the first year, we was literally living off her parents. They were looking at me like, "Where your job at? We don't mind helping you, but bro, you need to get a job." This, and they were all in my business. But what can I say? I'm taking money from them. I put them in my business. So when I finally got a decent job, I was able to move out and we got our own apartment. less problems. No, 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 you can't come over today. That's what that lock is for. We sleep now. Can do that at the house. You know, it, it's better to be the provider than the bum. It's just better. But you got people. But again, you got people struggling right now. Even the most responsible people, they struggling right now. And they look at this environment that we have. It's not hell. It's not even conducive to dating, really. It's too much. It's a power struggle. All I hear online is power struggle. They fighting for control. But like that's not a relationship. I don't want a relationship where we gotta fight for control. No, sorry, that ain't me. That maybe the people can deal with it. No, I can't deal with that. Listen, 5 years of dealing with a woman with PTSD. I like my peace better than being with a woman that I had to live on pins and needles with. So I can't do it. And I wouldn't want that for no woman. I'm like, I be looking at some of these women online talking about they took care of this dude for years, especially like Judge Judy. I was looking at that, like they suing him for thousands of dollars. I'm like, why are you giving this dude thousands of dollars? What are we doing here? Like, gave him $1,000 for what? And you expecting to pay him back? Pay you back? How? He broke nigga. What? I'm like that, man. I know Judge Judy be like, what's wrong with these chicks? Trash. I know my mother when she was alive, she was like, man, these women trash. I can't believe some of the problems they having on here. I'm like, I don't know, mom. That's what they think. That's what they own, man. But again, like I said, we have an environment that you're dealing with people, broken people, and responsible people are like, I'm not, nah, I ain't worried about this dating stuff. You got women want to be celibate, you even got dudes want to be monk mode. They like, we ain't dealing with this. And then people don't want to have children, and I see where the community minded people are. I get it. You want to help your community. But instead of trying to browbeat people into getting married, having children, being in a relationship, no, you need to work on building the environment so that these people feel comfortable in it. I've said this on Ebony Star Network panels. I said, y'all worry about the black manosphere, but you need to work on the environment that's creating these black manosphere guys. That's what you need to be focused on. You can cry about the manosphere all you want, but if you don't deal with the environment, you're just gonna have a worse black manosphere. Okay, you shut this black manosphere down. Okay, fair enough. You get it shut down. They all them get taken off of YouTube. You still have the environment that's creating them. You still have the environment that they're talking about. So you're gonna have a worse black manosphere. A lot of the black pillars are in the red pill spaces now because they didn't get what they wanted from the red pill because they started dealing with the dating and stuff like that. So they created their own, and then they got mixed up together. So you don't know who's who. And same with the women. You had the women who, okay, we complain about the men, but we still want to get with the men. With the women who just anti men, and now they mixing in. You don't know who's who. And you got to understand these people actually in real life. They could say they stuff online because there's no pushback. Nobody's gonna do something to them, report them or something to a degree, unless they do some really crazy shit or they in a public figure. But for the most part, they still live in, they live with somebody, and when they get the chance, they're gonna do what they really want to do to these men and women in real time if they get the chance to. They find that right person. So again, it goes back to environment. If you do not create the environment, provide the environment where responsible people feel comfortable enough to have to date, mate, have children, raise children, you're not going to get them to do it. Again, poor people, broken people, they're going to do whatever. Again, they coping with life. And it's drinking, drugging, and sex. The biggest the biggest vices that people have: drinking, drugging, sex. And we've seen what is happening right now because of all those three. You gotta change the environment. There's no other way you're gonna be able to do it. So we can talk about how these men need to get it together, but if you don't change the environment, it's not gonna matter. Because let's just say these men become the men that these women say they won't. Just like you said about your son, Chantel, he was being the good guy, opening the doors. She gonna think he too nice. She thinking he too nice. That's how these women gonna act. Or they're gonna try to take advantage of him. Because you get these people are so guarded because they worry about people taking advantage of them. Because why? Somebody took advantage of them. That's why I said some of the dudes this some of the things that the manosphere say does happen. Some of these women taking advantage of dudes, that does happen. Is it as much as they say? No. But is it less than what some of these women try to say? Is not no. It's more than what they say. But it's less, probably less than what the guys are saying. But the point of it is it's happening. And it's happening in a huge number to where dudes are like, no, nah, I can't play the romancer. No. If the women don't want romance, well, I'm not going to give them something they don't want. If they don't want the romantic guy, well, I'm not going to be the romantic guy. Like Drake said in the song, I'm going to be what the girls be what the girls like. And vice versa with the women. The women, especially the guys with the money and little fame, they're going to be what these guys put out there that they think they like. AKA Kevin Samuels, what he was doing. Preaching these women, oh, you gotta be fit, feminine, friendly, and let these men have the options. Okay, well, these women gonna play that role till it's time to go to court. And when it's time to go to court, that's when that you really pay for that fit, feminine, and friendly. Ask Tyrese how that's gone for him. Had to pay not only alimony, child support, and her lawyer fees. But that was his black queen. You gotta have somebody that's for you. And you have to accept them for who they are. Don't be in some delusional world. But people with sense, they understand that. That's why they're like, no, I'm not that quick to be jumping in a relationship. Nah, I'm not that quick to be dropping kids. Because those kids effed up, they're gonna be looking at you as the parent. They're not gonna be looking at the kids. They're gonna be looking at you. And you can't go around especially if you're a single mother, you can't be going, well, if the father was here, no, but you here. looking at you. It's just like a criminal case. They don't go outside and come in. They go inside and come out. Person kill you, they're gonna look at the closest people around you and then go from there. It's only logical. Same with if your kids don't like you, we're gonna look. We can't look at the baby mama. Okay, yeah, she out there, but we gotta look at you, bro. Why your kids don't like you like that? Why they don't want to hang with you like that? Something with you. Then you find out he haven't been around his kid's life like that. Like, okay, now we see why. Yeah, they turned on you, but you didn't give her no pushback. At least with my dad tried to turn me against my mom. Couldn't do that. My mom there. Your mom don't do this. Your mom don't do that. I'm like, Dad, stop. Dad, you not even here half the time. Half the time I gotta try to find you. What you talking about, man? I listened to it. I'm like, well, come on, Dad, seriously. Even as a young kid, I was like, Dad, seriously? My mom's here taking care of me, feed me, clothe me, buying me stuff. What the fuck I look like turning against her for you because you mad at her because she left you? Sorry, Dad, ain't happening. At least my mom didn't try to do that with my dad. He just said, your dad crazy. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, I know. You didn't have to tell me, Mom. I already know he crazy. I see the dating choices. I'm like, yeah, I see who the real problem was. It's not really my mom has some issues, but I see where the real issue came from in your marriage. Yeah, it was you, Daddy. Sorry. Nice try though. But again, if y'all you have an environment, broken people, want fighting for control, you have an economy where everything's going up, 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 and one paycheck ain't gonna be enough unless you got that special type of job or you hit a lick. I'm sorry. People are not gonna be trying to run and have kids. People are not gonna be running around trying to get in relationships like that. It's just that's just it just is. So I think the community minded people gotta understand that in order for the environment that you want, especially the responsible people, that you want them to have children, raise families, and actually compete with these other races of people. Talking about black men and black women. You want to compete with these other races of people? They come over here having children. Again, you had to look at their family, the environment that they have around them. Yeah, they may hate each other, but guess what? They still come together to go against you. The Asians may hate each other too, but they come together against you. Meanwhile, y'all fighting each other and going to them. Make that make sense. I'm like, look, I like white people, but not like that. I don't worship them. I don't think they better. I don't think no other race is better. I don't think their women are better. I think black women are the most beautiful women on the planet, bar none. By far. I must admit, it wasn't easy for me to not talk trash about my child's dad. He hated it too. Then I stopped, and eventually he realized what I was saying. And that's the thing. It's so easy to do that. It's so easy. Especially now, you got social media. It is so easy to talk trash about someone you dated, your baby mama, your baby daddy. It's so easy. And you got so many different groups that will let you do this day after day to your heart's content. You have people at your job. They waiting to hear about you and your baby daddy ain't shit. Your baby mama ain't shit. It is so easy. The hardest thing is not doing it. And I can understand. Your exes may want will try you. Hell, my ex said put out some stuff about me on the internet. A lot of it wasn't even true. I found it. I questioned her about it, and all she said was, "I was angry at the time." Okay, bet. Where the website at? I looked at the website. Gave me the she even gave me the user info and all that. I go up there. I'm like, it cost me like $10, but I got that stuff taken off, and now you can't see it nowhere. And I checked. It's so easy to talk bad about your baby mama, your baby daddy, your friends that they did you dirty. It's so easy, and there's so many avenues to do it. You got people. Their very channel started because they ex did them dirty. Their baby daddy did them, fucked them over. Their baby mama fucked them over. It's so easy. The harder thing is not to do it, not to give in to that. And also admitting, hey, you know what? Yeah, that person fucked me over, but yeah, there's kind of a reason why he probably got to fuck me over. You know, and that's one of the things. Like I looked at the Derrick Jackson interview and how all the women was like, he did this, he was terrible, he was horrible to this woman. But I said, Derrick Jackson never had a shot at having a normal relationship with Danae. He had no shot from the jump because she was broken from the get go. You get raped twice and don't tell nobody. Don't try to get no help for it. How are you going to have a normal relationship with a man? And she's pushing him away when he's trying to be romantic. He's trying to be romantic, at least his version of being romantic. Now she's pushing him away. She's getting angry. And he's like, what am I doing wrong? I'm rejected. So he did what he depended on women to make him feel better. That's his coping. Women. So, but the women like, well, he had no excuse to cheat. No, he had no excuse to cheat. Not saying that's an excuse to cheat. It's wrong to cheat. But if you are not, if a person's trying his hardest not to be the cheater, the asshole, treat you right, and you just push that, throw that away, throw it in his face without no explanation, what you expect him to do? If the I would like if the woman was in the same position. Did we not remember the song Creeping by TLC? That was the position she was in. She was trying to give him love. He wasn't doing he was pushing her away. He was out there doing his thing. So she went and did her thing. No, it's not right to cheat. I'm not saying that. But I understand. Just like I was understanding him. The more I listened to him, the more I had an understanding. I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit. I agree with them, but I understand partly why. And I understand some men's grievances about them doing what they do. If you are not My child didn't fuck me over, but we did not see eye to eye, and I didn't have a tolerance for dumb nigga shit. Yep. You and me both. Man, I can't. Dumb nigga shit, man. It gets on my nerves. Sometimes I be entertained, but it boy it gets on my nerves, and I deal with a lot of it at my job. That's why my patience is like low. But we eventually became cool as he got older, and I matured too. Yeah, and a lot of that does take maturity. We get into relationships and we're not mature, and we do a lot of dumb shit. Like even with Derrick Jackson situation, you had a dude who was immature in a relation, especially something dealing with a rape victim. Even mature men have problems dealing with women who've been raped. So imagine a 19-year-old trying to deal with that. Even there was no way he was going to have a good relationship. Even he did. Well, he said he did everything supposedly right, and it messed up the relationship. So he was out there doing his thing, messing up, and like I said, he should never marry her. He was not disciplined enough to marry her. He should have left her. He should have left her alone. He had these millions of dollars. He should have just picked. He should have got a lawyer and put the people in her life so she wouldn't take his child away. But he didn't. He wasn't mature enough. And then and then they got married out of obligation instead of love, and look at what the mess it became. Now they're going through a divorce. And now one of the children she can't stand. The other ones, it's a mess. But that's what there's a lot of people who fear that. They fear that mess. They fear being in a relationship where they're gonna be stuck holding the bag, or they're gonna be stuck. The woman stuck with the children, or the man stuck he can't see his child. He got paid thousands of dollars to see to even get a chance to see his child. People are afraid of that because and it's not because they've heard it. They have seen it. They have seen it in real life. They've seen it in real time. They experience it. So you're asking these people who have seen this kind of drama over and over to now participate in a situation where that can potentially more likely be their situation, or at the very least they break up and have to co-parent. But no, people don't want to be doing that co-parenting stuff. Sorry, it just so yeah, I get it. People like Supermike, BMT, I get what people saying. Yeah, we need numbers. We need the responsible people to have children, but until you provide the environment that you want, you're not going to get it. We we want to get rid of the black manosphere. Till you provide the environment that creates the black manosphere, you're not going to get it. Well, we want these women to be submissive and respect us. Okay, until you provide the environment that they going to do that, it's not going to happen. And we're just going to have these circular arguments over and over and over and over again. And there are going to be people who's going to take advantage of it. And you could say, well, they quitted, they all this stuff. Okay, yeah, I get that. But again, are you, instead of calling them quitters and lame and all that, why you ain't providing the environment so that these people can feel more comfortable doing the stuff they need to do? I'm not saying that they don't have to put in the work. I'm not saying that either. But I'm saying if you want the environment you want, you're gonna have to put in the work. And that's everybody. You want better men, you have to put in work. You want better women, you're gonna have to put in work. And that work starts with you. Then you can spread out and try to help your community. You first got to understand what mindset do you have? Do you really want better for your community, or do you want a notch on your belt? Because a lot of these people who say they community minded, they're not really about community. They want some kind of praise and worship, and it's not really about helping the people around you. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to provide that environment. There's no other way around it. If you're not gonna do it, and all you want to do is complain and bitch how black people don't want to get together, all these people giving up on the relationship, well, hell, you're the one with you the one want to be the community minded people. You need to build that relationship. And I can say that about any like group per se. I've said that about SYSBM. Okay, you don't want them to deal with black women. All right, whatever. Are you providing a dating site? Are you providing them with the women that you want them to be with? Same with the productive dudes. You don't want them to deal with the Keishas and the ratchet chicks. Great. Are you providing the women that you deem are worthy of productive men, and you providing that for these guys? If you're not doing that, what are you talking about? You want these guys not to be sin, don't want them to be game goofy. We'll provide them the women so they can do that. Same with the diversities. Again, you're not providing the environment. So these black women who want to date out feel comfortable in doing so. Again, it's all about providing the environment. If you're not doing that, people ain't gonna do it. They'll talk about it. They'll talk about it all day, but they ain't gonna do it. And some people they honest with themselves. They're like, nope, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not getting married. No, I'm not having children. No, I'm not dating. No, I don't see the point of it. At least they honest. You know, you gotta respect that, man. So, but that's all I want to talk about, man. I've been on here way longer than I thought. But thank you, Miss Chantel, for coming through. Thank you, D. Darrell, the Godfather. He came through. And anybody else who was listening, watching, um, like I said I would probably start doing panels, and I may start doing it, but it's going to be invitation, and it's going to be only certain people. I'm not going to have everybody up in here because there's certain people I don't want to talk to, and I don't want people, especially people who ruin panels. I just loud mouth and just irritate everybody. I'm like, I don't want panels like that. I want it cool, comfortable. Everybody can speak their mind. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care about agreement. At least speak your mind and be able to at least have some sense of what you're saying. That's all I want. So yeah, I'll probably start doing it probably next month, really. If definitely gonna be in the next month. But until then, this is Brother Speak. Black men, be powerful, be powerless. The choice is yours. If you want certain things happen in your environment, then you have to provide the environment for these people who want to do it. And with that, I am out. Y'all have a good one. Peace.